Emerald Louu. This is my channel on YouTube and I'm so happy to see you. Welcome to my channel. And on my channel, I do rants and reviews about topics, shows that interest me and just might interest you. So I hope you enjoy the content that I'm about to give to you. And what we're talking about today is the new show on OWN, Delilah, Season 1, Episode 2, Toldja. And I don't know why I spelled it like that, but Toldja. Okay? You gotta put a little accent on it. Toldja. Yeah. Okay. So let's get into this review. Let's talk about this new show. Are you enjoying it like I am? I hope you are. It's very nice, something different. And I'm happy to see Joe Murray Jones. And that's the only person that I know from the show. And the man that played that husband from Acrimony, whose name is Gordon on the show, but I don't know his name in real life. So let's go ahead and get into the episode. So the episode opens up from the continuation of of the one we just saw 30 seconds ago. And basically, they're saying that Gary Scheck's death was a suicide by pills. Delilah wants the investigative friend to look into it to see what is in the autopsy or the coroner's report, what actually happened. And basically, she's telling him to be careful. And he said, careful ain't gonna cut it, because he knows, or he has a feeling, this is something that's a little serious, and just saying, oh, be careful is not gonna help, because this just might be a little, Dion's mom never showed up, ever. And Dion's a little sad, and he asked Delilah, are you gonna send me away? That was so sad. That boy feels unwanted. She's like, do you know who I am? I'm Auntie Delilah. I would never do that to you. You're like a hand to me. Can I live without my hand? And he's like, no. And she's like, sometimes you ask questions you already know the answer to. So she's like, so what do you want to eat today? And he's like, I don't know. So she's like, do you want chicken fingers? And she's like, do you want hamburgers? And it was kind of cute. I ain't gonna lie to you. Delilah calls Tamara, because given what the previous event that happened just a few minutes ago, she's about to take this case, because this is a little too suspicious. Oh, is it a coincidence that the man that I was supposed to meet up with to talk about why he got fired in this case, in this radio, and all this other stuff, now all of a sudden he's dead? And also, I forgot to mention in the first episode that when Delilah went to go see her brother at the VA's hospital, she had the device and she asked her brother, do you know what this is? And he's like, yeah, it's a radio. We use that. So now she's telling Tamara, like, listen, I guess we about to fight it out because I'm taking this case. Tamara's upset. And I see where Delilah was coming from, because Delilah is doing the case because she feels like this man is doing something wrong. Something is wrong. The radio is dangerous, according to what Leah said. And this is something being used with the troops. It's, it could be something serious. So she wants to protect the troops, and it's going deeper than just money and winning a case. But Tamara is doing it because she wants to get promoted and be partner at the firm. Marcus comes in and tells Delilah that Dion doesn't want to go to school. Which is like, why he don't want to go to school? Because he can't find his patrol hat. What was the last place you had your patrol hat? At the VA's hospital? Yes. Okay, we can get it. Before school? No, after school. What? No. And Marcus was like, told you. Marcus being a little mean to Dion. Don't do that. It's not his fault. Excuse me. Who is this bald-headed man? Who is this bald-headed man? Because he has a bald head, and I look at his face, and it's like Butterface. Like, I know it's said for women, but what is the male equivalent of Butterface? Because but your face, like your bald head is or whatever, even though I don't do bald heads. And he's tall and chocolate and whatever the case may be. They had talk about this at the lunch from last episode, but I ain't hear exactly what she was saying. But this man is over here like, I don't see it. I guess he's Tamara's boyfriend. And she's basically telling her bald-headed babe that she wants to be able to keep everything separate. He was telling her, like, well, me and my boy can keep it separate. You just don't talk about it. Just talk about everything else but the case. And Tara was like, well, I hope Delilah does that because she doesn't want to mess up her friendship and she just wants to be able to be friends without this case being in the way. So Delilah drafts up some paperwork for Leah, and Leah is more worried about money than anything. How much am I going to get? $1 mil? 2 mil? 5 mil? 10 mil? 15 mil? You know, because she's like, is it going to be worth it? Because I don't know if Leah's main focus is just the guap, because that's what I'm getting from her. Like, you know, like, and she says that she was in any type of dealings with Mr. Osborne. You know, they were working together. There was nothing that everyone went on. See, now I remember everything from the first episode. There was nothing that went on. It was just a boss and an assistant. And, you know, he wouldn't have a reason to, you know, want to come after her. And she wanted to do, she's like, oh, you're going to be on the first page of the Observer, which I don't know, like, I'm sorry, but we know what's goes on in the workplace. Like, men, especially white men with money, white men with money are dangerous because they could pay anybody off and they could persuade anybody. You trying to fight with a rich white man? Girl, good luck. Not to Delilah, but to Leah, because it's like, baby, you about to be pinned against this man, you know? I mean, once your face is on, I guess they're like, then there's a face too, and people could find out. But listen, how many times have we known about somebody and all of a sudden they end up missing? We never hear about them anymore. They end up swimming with the fishes. Leah only has two concerns. Either A, I'm about to die, or B, I'm about to get rich. And she's just like, I don't want to die. Because if we do this, you know, and they come after me, just give me the money. I'll take the money. We don't gotta do all this, okay? So Miss Virginia wants to meet up with Maya. Okay? So the assistant comes to ask Delilah for Friday off because she's doing something with her homegirls. And Delilah was like, okay, well, can you call, what's her name? The girl that came for the job, because this office is about to get busy because of the cases I'm taking that I'm about to, you know, have to deal with. And she's like, okay, well, you know what? Excuse me. Maybe I don't need Friday off or whatever. So I guess she's not going to work on Friday. And the lady has to come in, and whatever the case is, the investigator friend calls back, and Gary's death is sealed. It's sealed. So, guess what? You ain't about to find nothing out. So his name is Gil. So Tamra is in the office with Gil and her boss. And it was kind of fishy because the stories don't add up, because when her boss was trying to say what he knows about Gil, and Gil was like, that's not what happened. That's not how it happened. No, canceling out everything he was saying. But basically, Gil tells Tamra, hey, I didn't want to leave my wife. I had a drunken mistake with the same person multiple times. And basically implying that it was an affair gone bad. And that he was willing to give $2 million, I guess as a settlement, to sell the case and throw it out. You know, the whole thing was settlements. And what we find out, when somebody wants to hush someone and doesn't want it to go to trial, doesn't want the details to come out, doesn't want people to know exactly what happened. Listen, I'll give you $25,000. I'll give you $1 million. Let's just squash this, okay? Let's not do this, okay? How much do I have to give? How much you want? How much do you want? The next scene was kind of confusing to me. So Delilah goes with Dion for him to get his patrol cap, and there's this colonel guy with her brother. She doesn't like this colonel guy, and you know, her brother's like, well, this is why I didn't want to tell you, because of this reaction. And so brother takes Dion to go get the hat or go on a ride, and then, you know, Delilah was like having this weird awkward conversation with this guy I still don't know who he is. Still don't know what happened. I didn't even check if I could rewind to be able to go back to these scenes because, you know, I just automatically assume that I can't rewind. So if I miss something, I was like, well, I just missed what happened or what was said because, you know, interruptions and distractions. Maybe that's why Dion called him Papa. Maybe that's his mom's dad. Maya goes back to the uncle who has the violins and meets Miss Virginia. So she plays a little song for Miss Virginia. Miss Virginia's like, stop, stop, stop. And she's like, what did I do wrong? Did I do something wrong? And she's like, no, you didn't do anything wrong. And I was like, oh, what kind of, you know, it's a new show. We got to get into the hang of things. But the scenes are so like, you know, crazy that when I was taking notes, it was just like, Maya went to speak to Miss Virginia. Assistant called back. Because it was just so simplistic. Even though the creators of Greenleaf created Delilah, we have to remember this is season 1, so it's a new show. And they're going to get into the swing of things. But it's a little bit, you know, or maybe it's just me. Emma calls Delilah. Because when she found out that Gil is saying that there was an affair between Leah and him, she wanted to call Delilah, but she didn't want to tell Delilah over the phone. She wanted to tell Delilah in purpose. Oh my God. Tell her in person instead. So she invites her over her house that night. So Maya gets home. She also said that Miss Virginia is offering to tutor her for free. Oh, she said, can I at least meet the lady first? And she's like, sure, I can set it up. You know, being a teenager, bratty, snappy, quick to the point, annoyed by her mother. So Delilah shows up to Tamara's house. It's a party. Tamara's already had a few drinks. She walks over to where the food is being served, and there's this guy making pizza, and he's kneading, oh my God, he's doing the dough for the pizza. And, you know, he's making googly eyes at Delilah making googly eyes at him. And then Tamara's making some weird, I guess the word is innuendo, but sexual jokes, you know. And her butt-his-face ass boyfriend was like, I'm right here, okay? It's like, boy, if it ain't for your muscles, boy, bye. And I wrote some babbling about racism and sexism because she was lit. So she was like, oh, white men get drinks and celebrate and talk about things all the time, but when black women do it, it's a problem, or whatever she said. So Marcus calls his daddy because he wants to go see his daddy. He wants to go spend time with his daddy in the meantime because Dion's over the house. I don't know what Dion's doing to you because I thought Dion's in the room by himself. Like, Dion's not taking your mom away from you because you're still spending time with your mama. What is Dion doing to Marcus? Why are you so bothered by Dion's presence, Marcus? But he wants to go to his deadbeat, broke daddy's place, which is something we've seen a lot in these shows, that the kids want to go be with their ain't daddies. So he's with his girlfriend, which of course ain't that how it is. They ain't taking care of their kids, but they laid up with some hobo, bobo, bozo woman. She's like, oh, but you know, I really want to meet your kids. He's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I will have to talk to your mom about it. And Marcus like thinks that. He's like, hey, I'm not promising, meaning you don't want him to come over. Bruh. You don't want him to come over. Because he's been like, yeah, I got you. Let me just talk to your mama, let her know what's going on. And you could come spend at least a day or two with me. But he's like, well, I'm not saying you could come. I'm saying I could talk to your mama. Don't get excited now. Y'all, did I say Gil? His name is Fred. So finally, Tamara is telling Delilah about what Fred Osborne said about Leah. Delilah was saying, well, does he have any proof? Any pictures, text messages, anything like that to prove that, you know, it was an affair and that he didn't just make this up out of thin air, that it's actually a substantial statement that he's making instead of just saying anything to be able to get. She's like, well, he's willing to settle for $2 million. And Delilah's just, you know, Delilah's just hell-bent on doing this case for the betterment of the troops. Mind you, Delilah's been trying to call Gary's wife, and she hadn't been picking up. But all of a sudden, she said, there's something I want you to see. See, When Gary called, it was creepy. Now his wife is calling, it's creepy also. There's something I want you to see. I don't like the way y'all calling people about this stuff. And it's always like, it's uncomfortable. Because I don't know what you want from me. And I've been trying to call you now. All of a sudden you want to talk to me. You told me you being watched. I don't know what you're trying to do to me, but I don't like it, okay? It makes me feel scared. Delilah goes over to Gary's wife's house. She, is telling her about how she fell asleep because she was so tired. He told her to take a nap, and by the time she woke up, the bottle of pills was next to his body, and, it was what it was. And she gave Delilah the bottle of prescription of medication. And again, something about 2 pills should have been in there. Did the ambulance say anything about that? No, but yada, yada, yada. Of course, I don't know what the hell they were talking about. But she did say, I have something to show you. So she takes her outside to the backyard, to the shed. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. When she opens it, it's Gary's old office. When he signed the NDA, the deal with the company, he was to basically surrender everything he had about anything about the case. But he kept some stuff inside the shed. And she told Delilah, nobody is to know I have this stuff. See, a secret ain't gonna be a secret anymore once you tell one person. Because you don't want them to know that you have it, of course, for protection, because it's your husband's secret documentation and everything like that. But now that Delilah knows, Delilah is going to try to use it as evidence or something like that with the court case that she's trying to do. So is it really going to be a secret anymore of you having the paperwork once Delilah comes forward with it in her paperwork, or whatever the hell they call the stuff they come up with to, fight the opposition, the opposite side. So she takes a box, and I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, if they're watching Gary and they are watching Leah, and they know Leah went to Delilah's office, is there nobody watching Delilah? She's just walking around with this box all willy-nilly. Gordon calls Delilah while she's driving home and basically said, this Dion thing is whatever. And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, well, Marcus called me. And I'm getting a blank because I don't remember what happened. Okay. So she was complaining about him not being a good dad. He said, kicked me out. She's like, yeah, because you cheated multiple times and you even cheated with a student. So that's when we find out Gordon and Delilah were together. They were a family. Gordon kept cheating on Delilah with multiple women. And once she had enough, she kicked him out. Now he lives separate. He's on child support. It's only $200 a month, but he doesn't pay his child support. But he shacked up with some younger woman who wants to meet his kids in a small, tiny apartment. We see Delilah. She's driving to someone's house. And at first I'm like, Christine. Because when she said the name Christine, I was like, who the hell is Christine? Are they talking about a character that they didn't even give us a introduction into about what's going to happen? And of course, so when they keep talking, I was like, okay, this is Dion's mom. Dion's mom don't want to be a mom. She just doesn't want to be Dion's mom. She just wants to live her life. She doesn't want to deal with her responsibilities. She just wants to be on her own, by herself, doing her darn thing without any interruptions. You feel me? And when Delilah tells her, well, your husband's coming home in 6 to 7 weeks, and here comes this big old buff, tall man named Andre. And he's like, I'm a friend of, and I didn't write the name, but he says the brother's name. I think it's Aaron. I don't know. So Christine doesn't want to be a mother or a wife, but she got a neighbor that's cool with her and her husband up in her house. No, stop it. So then we see Delilah's at the office because, wait a minute. Okay, I guess she dropped off the kids. Then she went to go to see Christine. Then she went to the office. And when she's at the office, she's telling her assistant about what's going on and how everything's going and help her with the boxes and talking about the case. And then she gets some text picture messages with Aaliyah in lingerie sending sexy photos. Toldja. So now she's frustrated because she's dealing with a kid that his mom doesn't want to be responsible. She's dealing with this case, and she has a client that's not being truthful with her. I don't know if she said anything about her best friend, but basically now she's kind of like irritated because, bruh, don't have me out here looking stupid, and I'm about to fight the biggest firm in Charlotte, and it feels like the girl's not being honest with me. You feel me? So that's how the episode ends. So we'll see what happens next Tuesday. The trailer for the season, it was alright, you know. It was interesting enough, but I always assumed that Delilah was gonna be something that was somehow attached to Greenleaf. But it's only 2 episodes, so we don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, just rundown of the 2nd episode of season 1 of Delilah, Toldja. I hope you guys come back for more. Tell me what you think about the episode. Let's get into it. Let's enjoy these new content. Shows are coming back and we're enjoying it. So now officially on my channel, I am doing Married to Medicine, Delilah, and Love After Lockup. This is gonna be a season finale. It's about the season finale on Friday. So I don't know what's gonna happen. But let's be thankful for spring break week because I was able to record, edit, and upload a video within 1 day for Married to Medicine, and here I am recording, about to edit and hopefully update tonight for Delilah. It's Wednesday, it's 8:25. Thank you guys so much. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe. Thank you. I'm Louu, and I'm out. Peace. Thank you for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel to show it some love. And until next time, you guys stay safe. Thank you.